Yo, welcome back to another episode of Superhero Swag. I'm your host, Mr. Superhero Swag, aka 16 the Icon. If you haven't already checked out my music on YouTube Music, Spotify, and all the other streaming platforms, make sure you go do that. I greatly appreciate it. But today, man, I'm starting to expand my collection. I have gotten hooked on G.I. Joe again because I was hooked on G.I. Joe as a kid. And I just recently did the review for Heavy Duty. So, Birdman rubbing his hands together. Today, we are going to give you Cobra Troopers. Cobra Troopers. Now, these are the guys that do everything that Cobra Commander says. They are unquestioned. They do not question Cobra Commander's orders at all. They will die for that man. So, as you see, they have my favorite three colors incorporated, which is why Cobra is my favorite out of the whole G.I. Joe mythos. I like the red Cobra. I love the royal blue. It's one of my favorite colors. Red is one of my favorite colors, and so is black. And look at that. All together, they are ready. Now, I've got Cobra Vipers. I've got a couple of Cobra officers. And actually, hold on for 1 second. Oh, hold on 1 second. Because what I'm about to do is grab a couple of my Cobra Vipers and grab Cobra Commander. I should have been better prepared, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so what I went and did so that you could get a little more context, I went and grabbed a couple of Vipers, and then Cobra Commander himself, right? And then just for some group love, let's throw in one of the twins. See if I can get him to stand up. I don't know if this is Tomax or Zaymont. All right. Oh, well, he didn't want to stay standing. Okay, so we've got a Cobra team together right here. And I've got Tomax or Zaymont. I'm trying to get him to stand up for the shot. There we go. All right. Now, the Cobra Trooper, these guys, of course, as I knock all the figures over, these guys are a little different than the Vipers. They have their faces actually exposed. And what's really cool about the G.I. Joe figures, as I have said in the other review, is that they have stuff like hats you can take off. You can change the look of an individual trooper. So this helmet actually comes off, and then he can run around like this if you want. If you get, like, say you get army building, you want to get like 6 of them, you can have 2 of them, no helmet. Okay. All of the weapons are able to be stored on the figure. I mentioned that in my review for Heavy Duty. And that is, I'm telling you, man, big selling point. I was only collecting Marvel Legends, and I needed to flesh out the universe. And so I wanted to incorporate G.I. Joe. And so you can't incorporate G.I. Joe without incorporating Cobra, right? So, of course, I had to grab Cobra action figures as well. So the articulation is stellar. It gives you pretty much everything that you want. You get your upper bicep swivel. You get your double jointed pinned, although this is pinned. This is not pinless. This is double jointed pinned elbows. But the way that everything is worked into the aesthetic, you really can't even tell. They are actually so careful and so crafted about making sure that the pins are the same color. So even though the pins are there, they do not bother me at all. They don't bother me. Now this thing can actually come off. I'm sure you can somehow work it off, but I'm going to leave it where it is. And you see I have him out the box with one of his blasters. Another thing that I like about the G.I. Joe figures is, look at that. See, you can take the magazine out of the weapon. Oh, I love that stuff, man. That's so dope. Then he's got this gun right here. Okay. And then he's got the extended. Let me get that out. See, that's what I mean about being able to store all of your stuff on the figure. And then look, he puts that extendo clip on that boy. Woo! He got that extendo clip on that boy. Like, what? He can't even fit it in there now. That's why he has to, take the extendo clip and put it back in this pouch right here. Like so. And he is stored on the figure. Bam. Just like that. Stored on the figure. Take the gun as you would in real life if you had it. Holster it onto the figure. And like I said, man, these guys have all the articulation. He can look up like so. Boom. He can look down and bury his neck in his chest, bury his chin in his chest like so. Upper bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Double jointed knees. Kicks his own ass. Robo don't know test passed. Ooh, see that? He's got the ab crunch, so he gets a lot of crunch. I love that. He gets a lot of crunch. Say he gets knocked back by something, or say he wants to look up, jump towards something. All that articulation is there. Front facing pin for rocker on the feet. Peg hole at the bottom. Even got treads for the boots. Check them out. Even got treads for the boots. Okay. I like the Cobra guys, man. I'm telling you, you're about to see a lot of Cobra coming in chapter 2. For those people who have been watching my shorts feed, y'all already know it is an action figure comic book ongoing story. It's a continuous story. We're in chapter 2 right now called Serpents and Aliens. Serpents. So yeah, you're gonna see this guy come in and be a boss. I know everybody remembers Cobra Commander from the cartoon, and y'all remember that Destro pretty much, I mean, there's no nice way to say it, man. He was punking Cobra Commander. He punked Cobra Commander pretty much the entire cartoon. It drove me nuts. Cobra Commander will not be punked in this universe. Do not expect Cobra Commander to bow down to Destro. Please expect everyone to fear Cobra Commander, because he's not playing that. Not in this universe. Completely different universe. He's not a punk. He is the supreme leader of Cobra, and I will show everyone that in chapter 2 and 3. It's already written out, so I already know what's going to happen, and it's going to be some stuff. And yes, Black Widow is programmed. And spoiler alert for people that are watching this, I will give you the spoiler. Black Widow thinks that she is escaping in those shorts. But for people that have watched those shorts, here's an Easter egg for you, because you watched the review, so I'll give you an Easter egg. They let her escape. They sacrificed those soldiers that she killed. They have a deeper plan. She is being mind controlled. She's a sleeper agent. Be ready for somebody to get popped in the middle of a story just out of nowhere by Natasha Romanoff. Be ready for her to kill somebody that's big in the Marvel universe just out of nowhere. As soon as I've gone a little longer in the story where people can forget about it, she's gonna pop up and do something real heinous. Spoiler alert. So yeah, like I said, I like Cobra. The articulation on the G.I. Joe figures really pulled me back in. I used to collect these figures when they were 3 3/4 inch back in the day. And so basically, like I'm doing with my Marvel Legends, my entire collection is all about nostalgia. And, a couple of things I'm grabbing because of the universe. My whole spending thing now is changed because of the story that I've crafted and what I need for that. But I'm going to say it again, for people that collect action figures and people who were into G.I. Joe, bruh, grab these figures, man. They are doing something so amazing with these G.I. Joe figures. Like all of the stuff that you can switch around and change the looks and just the articulation, the colors, the detail, the sculpting. Like, look at this, bro. I didn't even do a review for Cobra Commander because I have been really remiss in my duties. I've been getting a bunch of figures and just introducing them on the shorts. But, I got 2 of these guys for Father's Day from my son. Shout out Dakota. And then the other 2 I got myself because I wanted 4 of them. And I'll probably end up getting like 4 of these guys because, Cobra Commander has to have his minions. But man, bringing it back to Cobra Commander real quick before we go, man, just look at the chrome on that, bro. That is dope. And I remember getting Cobra Commander when I was a kid. And so, like, my entire collection, what you're going to see is you're going to see like Rock and Roll, Shipwreck, Gung Ho, Recondo, Stalker, like all the original team, probably the first 20 or so characters that you remember from the G.I. Joe cartoon. Those are the people that I am targeting for my collection and for the action figure universe in my shorts feed. So just to give you a heads up, you will see Destro, you will see Major Blood, you will see Zartan, Zarana, the Dreadnoks, all of that's coming. The real estate for action figure vehicles is not plentiful, so you probably won't see a Hiss Tank. I highly doubt that I'll get that Snowcat, although that Snowcat was fire, bruh. Man, if y'all haven't seen that Snowcat, please go to Hasbro Pulse's YouTube page and check out the unboxing of that Snowcat or the unveiling of that Snowcat, because, bruh, they did something so amazing with that Snowcat. Makes me want to get one of the vehicles, but I don't have the room. I don't have the room for those big old vehicles, bro. If I did, I'd have a Dragonfly, I'd have a Snowcat, I'd have a Hiss Tank, I'd have a Wolverine. I remember having a Wolverine when I was a kid, but yeah. So yeah, man, I'm going to actually, this is just, just a warning. These first 2 reviews that I did with G.I. Joe figures, letting you guys know that my collection is now spreading out to G.I. Joe Classified series. And we're going to be doing a lot of that. And I actually might even do some reviews of Star Wars figures. So we'll see. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that little bell so you get notified each and every time I drop new content. And until next time, peace.